Hey everybody, happy Friday. Got another video today for you. I have had a lot of questions about, hey, we're glad to start getting the Chromebooks, but we really want to know how all this Greyhound Academy is going to look, how it's going to work. And so for the next several videos we're going to put out are all going to be surrounding what the day is going to look like, what Greyhound Academy specifically is going to look like, and what the first days of school are going to look like. So thank you to those of you who have reached out and asked these questions. If you have other questions or other suggestions for the videos that we should make, I would be more than happy to hear your suggestions and try to accommodate those. So for today, how's all this going to work? And let me click present. So hopefully now you can see my screen. The first question I got, how is attendance going to be taken this year? So KDE has told us that we have to take attendance daily and that there are a couple of different ways that we can record that a student has participated, and that's how they're defining attendance this year, is through participation. So if you're in person, whenever we get back to being able to come to school again, if you're in person, it looks normal. Showing up to school just as you would every year is considered participation, and you would get marked that you are in attendance that day. But for virtual times, there are a couple of different ways that you can be counted as present for that day. One is through a video, phone call, or communication with the teacher. And so that can be an individual meeting or it can be a group meeting. The teachers are going to be using Google Meet this year to do those meetings with. And so you can participate in one of those. Or the second way is for students to have time logged into a learning system where they are completing assignments. And so we can use either of those methods to count you as present for this year. So, if you participate in a live lesson that day, then you're going to get counted as present for school. If you're on the Google Classroom through the Greyhound Academy and you click the attendance button and then you turn in some of the assignments that are due for that day, then you are going to be counted as present for that day. But it is a daily attendance record that we do have to keep. So we need everyone to log on while we're all virtual. We need them on the virtual platform every day. Second slide, how much time should I expect my student to be doing schoolwork? And that's a good question. And we're still going to have to adjust that. It's going to vary depending on what grade level your child is in. But I do want to emphasize Greyhound Academy is very different than what we did last year in the spring where we did NTI. This is not, you're supposed to participate 1 hour a day, and it's just a retention of learning where we weren't introducing any new material. Last spring it was all just review through packets and choice boards, and that's not what we're doing this year. We are doing new material, new standards are being covered so that students can progress on through the grade levels that they're currently in rather than reviewing things that they had done last year. We're expecting that once this all gets settled, that students will participate in schoolwork between 3 to 5 hours each day. We're expecting about an hour on language arts, about an hour on math, and then with the other subjects that will be included, it could add up to 3 to 5 hours per day on schoolwork, depending on how long. Some kids, it won't take them that long to complete the assignments. Some kids will need extra help, and that's okay. We don't want them sitting in front of a screen all day long every day, but we do want you to know it is going to be more time consuming than it was last year. Next slide. What is a typical day going to include while we are all doing virtual learning through the Greyhound Academy? This has been a very common question that I received yesterday while people were picking up their Chromebooks through emails. This is a question that a lot of people are interested in. And so I've put here some outlines of things that might be included in what your grade level does. A live class meeting. We are expecting a live class meeting to be a part of every day for every grade level. A reading lesson, a math lesson, a science lesson, social studies lesson, and a lesson in music, PE, or art. Now, at the kindergarten level, you might have a science lesson one week and a social studies lesson the next. I'm not going to say that those are going to happen every day at that level because we don't want to overwhelm your kindergarten students. At 5th grade, you might get a reading lesson that is mapped out, and then there might be an additional being a writer lesson that is included for your day. So this is just an outline of kind of what you can expect. There are going to be live times where the teacher is teaching on Google Meet, and your child can be logged in with interaction, and they can raise their hand on the Google Meet and ask a question in real time. They're also going to be recording those lessons, so they will be posted on the Google Classroom. So if your child is not able to be on at that time, they are able to access that live lesson recording and watch it a little bit later with the whole power of pause thing that I mentioned just a little while ago on a video the other day. So that's kind of a general how it's going to look. You'll get more information about that as we get closer and we meet with teachers. Teachers are coming in. Their first day is next Wednesday. And so a lot of this will be, more detail oriented, and they will send that information out specific to the grade level that your child is in. Does my child have to be on the computer at specific times? The general answer to that is no. That we know that parents who work first shift and have young kids that maybe can't log on their own, and you won't be able to help your child to log on and get their assignments until you get home from work. And so that for that reason, we're not requiring any child to be on the computer at a specific time. We are going to offer live lessons and live workshops and live meetings, and those times will be publicized. And if your child can make it to those, that's great. But again, if they can't, those will be recorded. And your child, when you get home from work, you can help them to access the recordings so that you can get them caught up on what had happened that day. What will the first day of school look like? This one's been a big one. Question that has come up several different areas also. I'm going to do a completely separate video where the sole purpose is to explain the first day of school, and not really just the first day, the first 3 days of school. We're going to really focus on trying to get teachers hooked up with their students and with the parents, and then we're going to focus those days on students learning the procedures and how different links are going to work and how different programs that we're going to be utilizing are going to work. So the first 3 days of school are really going to be all about, this is how Greyhound Academy works, and here's a lesson that we can do. Your kid can click on the lesson, complete an assignment, turn that assignment in, and learn about all of the features that are on Greyhound Academy. But that'll be a separate video that we will get into. I hope this is helpful. If you have additional questions, as always, please send me an email, keith.greiser@paris.kyschools.us. We look forward to it as it gets closer and closer to the start of school. It was wonderful to see 92 students able to come and get their Chromebooks yesterday. I love seeing their faces and the excitement that they had as they drove up to the building. And we look forward to, 75 more, I think, are signed up for Monday. If you haven't signed up to receive your Chromebook yet, check out the Facebook page. The links are there, and I have sent emails through our one-call system to every family who is in our one-call system. If you're not getting those emails, that means that your email that we have in Infinite Campus is not your correct email. And so if that's the case and you're not receiving those emails, please call up to the school. Miss Kay can get your change of email address, and we can get that taken care of. So let me go back to not presenting anymore. All right. Good deal. I did want to show you this. What's on my computer screen behind me is what the kindergarten teachers and assistants have created that you'll see when you do log into the kindergarten Greyhound Academy. This is it's called a Bitmoji page, and you can see we've got Miss Eva and Miss Sturgeon and Miss Crawford and Miss Keller all here with various things ready to show you how we're going to learn virtually. And I think it looks really cool. And I can't wait to share the rest of the pages with you. Have a great day today. We'll see you soon.